Right, welcome back to Last Cast. You join us again, we're in France. Me and Tom and Paul's come. We've been here about 4 days now and fishing's been quite hard for the roach and silvers. The water's been cold, but we've had plenty of carp and some tench, nice tench out, but we haven't had a chance to put the cameras on much. You know, it hasn't been predictable. But what we've been doing yesterday, we fished here and we had probably 10, maybe 12 carp out of this area here. And they're all different fish, you know, going up to like 15, 16 pound, not massive. But we did get a small catfish on, and then I had about half an hour on the float rod and then we were getting a few roach and stuff. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a proper basic video of this. You know, I'm going to try to do it in real time, probably half an hour, 25 minutes. And it's just float fishing. I've just got a float on with a sinker and a size 14 hook. It's a maggot carp hook. I put that on just in case any of the bigger fish take it. But if I get a big carp on, it's going to go straight into the trees and I don't think I'll have a chance getting it out. I'm going to start with a single red maggot. And I've got 8 pound main line on, 13-foot rod. It's a Maver Genesis this. It's a good rod, it's very bendy. But it won't control them carp. I ain't got a chance probably to get them out. Maybe if they come in the open water, one of the small ones, I'll have one. But the catfish what I saw, you know, it was about 2 pound. So, you know, I wouldn't mind catching one of them. Never caught a catfish before. I just got a Shimano reel on. All my reels are Shimano. It's a 3000 one this. So what I'm going to do is, I haven't put any loose feed out. We put some hemp in earlier. I'm just going to see if I can get a few fish. I've just cast that there. It's hard to sink it. I've clipped up so I don't get in the tree and I've got to bite straight away. Well, I wasn't even in the bait zone then. I think it was probably a micro that. And that nearly landed in the tree then, so it's quite close. I've just got that single red on. I'll just see if I can get a few fish out. I had a decent rud out when we first came the first day. It was probably about knocking on 2 pound. But I haven't had any bigger fish since then, bigger silvers. I had some tench up to like 5 pound. But if you're fishing in a swim and it goes dead, you know, there's probably a carp in your swim. And I've got that out now, that's where we put all the hemp. I'm not getting no bites there, it's just ducked a little bit then. And there's a fish on, and it feels like a bit, not a bad fish this. I've got to watch it in here now. When we came last year, I was fishing for silvers. And the swims would just go totally dead, like there were pike in the swim or predator. And we got told there were no pike in here. But the other day I was fishing and pike took a roach. So there's definitely pike in here and there's definitely catfish in. And there were a big pike swirl last night in here. And you look at these roach, they do have marks on them where I think the catfish are probably getting a bit big now and they're going to start eating these roach. But a beautiful roach that. And it's a bit bigger than the ones I've been catching. I've been getting the odd micro, but most of them are probably the same size. So I'll just see, get another one on, another red maggot. I mean, they're taking, you know, I've got a size 14 hook on with 4 pound bottom, so they're not shy. Just undo this tangle and get cast out again. And that's not where I wanted it, but I'll just see if I can get a bite. I'll leave it a few seconds. This float's not too heavy. I don't want to put everyone on because it'll end up straight in the tray. And you can see there's a bit of toe. I don't know if you can see the float on camera. A bit of toe on it. And I suspect I probably won't get a bite out of here. Well, I'm probably just off the bottom. And there's a bit of line. It's hard to sink when you want to get in the bait zone. I'll just let it have a little drift through, and if we get no bites, I'll recast it. I think I'll recast that. Probably end up in the tree now. That's a bit better. I try to sink the line, but because it's thick line, it's hard to sink. You get that bit of breeze on it, it just drifts across then. But that's where I want to be, around about this area. And there's a waterfall up in the corner up here, what's pushing the water down. And if you can see it, it's probably dragging on bottom that, because it's a bit further down than it normally is. So it's just popped up there, so it's just dragged off the bottom. Our fish has picked it up. I've got a feeling if I don't get many silvers, there's probably some bigger fish in the area. I might have to fire some maggots out to get them feeding. We're only on half a pint of maggots left. There's nothing there at the moment, which is either, it's not a good sign that there might be a bigger fish in the area. There's no way I'll get a carp in if it goes into the bush. And it's just drifting through, nothing. Let's say I've had that 1-2 bites, 3-4 casts. I haven't put any loose feed in yet, I might have to sprinkle a bit in. No, nothing. We've got a sneaking suspicion there's probably a carp in the swim now, which will knock the silver fishing on the head. I'll try another cast without putting any loose bait in, because I don't want to attract the carp. And see if we can get a bite. And I'm fishing on the bottom, they may come up in the water a bit. But it's not too deep. And I've been putting a bit of hemp in. But obviously hemp's going to attract the carp as well as the silvers. And then now I'm not getting a bite now. It's telling me I'm pretty positive there's a carp in the swim. Could be wrong. And when I've fished this area before, I've got a fish on there, it's just bumped off. So there's still silvers there. And just like that, dropper settle now. And the dropper's getting to the bottom. If I stop getting bites as well, I'm on the bottom now. Because it's getting warmer during the day. I might just come up in the water a bit. Fish probably a foot off the bottom. I'll see if I can get a bite here. I'm just not seeing any dinks on it or anything at the moment. I think the fish have probably moved on. Yeah, I've got one on now. It feels like a nice one. It's just not, you know, if you're on a commercial, I said it, you'd probably get one a chuck. I'll swing that out just in case Mr. Pike's down here. I mean, beautiful roach. They're about the average size and a bit smaller, with the odd bigger one. And some nice rudding. And what I'll do again is I'll risk firing a few maggots out and put a bit of hemp in as well. But this could be a bit of a mistake if I bring the carp in the swim. But I don't think the carp are moving yet today. A bit out of bait zone now, we'll recast it. Not happy with that. Seems to be right tight margins here. If you're out of the thing, you don't get a bite. I think the spook very easy here. The water's crystal, it's like gin. So that's settled down now on the bottom. It's right in the bait zone, that one. And just see if we can get one here. I might try double maggot. See if we can get a couple more fish on single maggot. And that's just gone down. It feels like, oh, it's bumped off. Felt like a good fish, that. I'll just check my hook's not too blunt. Yeah, I'll put another maggot on. It's a bit squashed, that one. Felt like a decent sized silver, that. I'll get it out again. I say it's not going to be the most exciting video in the world. I was just about an inch off the tree there. Quite lucky I didn't lose a bit of line on the top. I can't sink it now because it's come out too far. So I'll let it drift through. And see if I can get a bite before I recast. Seeing it's out there. It's on the bottom anyhow. It's definitely drifting, this one. I think the line's making it drift a bit. Sinking a bit there. I think it's just dragging on bottom. It's just popped up, so it could have been a bite. All the fish seem to be really tight to the trees this time. I think with all these predators in here now, I think they're spooking off really fast. I'm in no man's land now. I recast that. That's right, that one's in a good spot now. I got a bite straight away then, but nothing on it. It's squashed. Right, smallest fish of the day. I took it on the drop, that, so it's probably a rudd. It's not, it's a roach. No, it's a rudd. Micro rudd. Right, it's just settled. Just got one on the drop there. It's probably a small one. They seem to get the small ones on the drop. It's probably a micro rudd. Yeah, it's the smallest rudd ever. I won't show you that one, it's so small. But that maggot's good to go, and because we ain't got many maggots left, I think that might have gone in the tree. It's come out. And just at its limit, it's hard to see how far it hangs over the tree. I sink the line like Aiden does, but I'm not as good as him. And it's quite a thick line, this. There's no point going small here. If you get a big one on, you're just going to get snapped off. But it's not quite as close to the tree, this one. But you know, the bait has been getting scattered about. Should be some fish there. That's another one on. Feels like a better fish, this. I've seen it yet. And it's a perch. And that's the only second perch I've caught here. And there's meant to be some whoppers in it. That's the biggest perch I've caught, believe it or not, in here. I had one a couple of days ago, which was micro. I didn't get any last year, but I was using corn all the time last year. It's a good sign there's perch in this one. Maybe some of them big ones will come in. It'd be nice to get a big one on. It's a bit out of the range there, but there's a fish, took it. So there might be someone, where being baiting up, it might be on coming in and out for it. It's one of these micro ruds again. When you get them on the drop, they're usually the rud, obviously, because rud are surface feeders. You do get them on the bottom, mint condition, and most of these silvers have probably never been caught. I've got some worms to try, but I think if I put a worm on, I'm probably asking for trouble out there. I'll cast out again. It's good fun, but it's one of these places you just don't know what you're going to catch. You know, it could be catfish. I mean, the catfish, because I've never caught them, and see, they're taking them on the drop now. It's not as small, but I suspect this is probably a rud. And a rud right up in the water, so if I fish up in the water, I'm going to catch them as well. I'll swing this one out, yeah, it's a rud. Get the disgorger on that, just dangle that there for a second. Another nice rud. They're not the biggest ones in the world. When I keep doing it, I might get one of these bigger ones on. In quite into the swing of it now. I'll get another red maggot on. I'll get another one on single red maggot, and then I'll try double. And chuck a bit of hemp in as well. That's miles out. I'll just see if I can get one there. See if they might be all over the place now. And it just seems to be. There's something just had a go at it there, and I think there's a rud on. Yeah, so the fish are coming into the bait. I think it's one of them places you've just probably got to feed. And it's quite difficult when you've only got half a pint of maggots left. Another nice roach. It's a bit of a change from fishing for the carp as well. Can be hard work sometimes, carp fishing. But I've put some meat in the next peg down, so I may try that. I'm not sure I'll catch anything decent on it. It'll probably be eels or something. There's quite a few eels in here at the moment. I'm just getting a bit of a knock on it there. There's nothing having got it out there. Seems to be on the other side. They might be further up. I'll recast that. That should get one there. We'll see if I can. The fish, the branch what's fallen in, it's further up, so the fish might be all in that. You don't seem to get any on the other side of it. You can see a bit of a dink in it there. I'll strike on that. The fish come straight up in the water. It's like, I know there's something on the bottom where I get them if they don't. That's another nice rud. I'll have to disgorge this one again. Another rod, dropped it on the grass. And if you see that one, something has nipped its tail. And it's got it come back in. Didn't want to be out. That's not quite where I wanted it. There's something probably holding that up. It feels like a nice fish, this one. Fighting a bit weird. And that's another silver. I thought it was perch. Another rod. And if you look at that one, you won't be able to see it on the camera because I've only got to think something's grabbed that. And it's something's grabbed it. It's not a pike. It's either a perch or one of these catfish. So, you know, a couple more years, if there's a catfish in here, we'll probably wipe all these silvers out. Well, when the catfish get bigger, they are in here because I've seen them. And the branch just fallen off there. I'll get that back out. I'll go put a double red on, or I'll just put another single on and see if we can get another one. I'll fire some maggots out and then I'll miss that one. I'll just have another cast with that. There's plenty of fish in the swim now. I've got to watch for it going dead. If it goes dead, I don't expect to get something big on. Away from that stick. There's something holding it up. I don't know whether it's a strike. I'll see if it's stuck here. It's probably a rod. It feels like a decent one though. Not a baby. I think it's probably a netter, this one. It's heading towards me. It could even be a carp, something like that. No, it's shaking its head. Oh, it's a big perch. The perch have moved in. Bigger perch, should I say. I'm getting a mixed bag now. It's probably swallowed the hook like they always do. I can probably guarantee this one's never been caught. See where the hook is. It's just in its top of its stomach. And I take a while to unhook this one. There you go, another perch. Just in the top of its stomach. Took a bit of getting out. And it's the biggest perch I've had there. Right, someone took that on the drop then. I think it was a micro. And then micro rod. So it's interesting that some perch have moved in the swim now. I could be tempted to put a worm on. I've got some worms. There's another small rod. You probably, you've only been fishing probably half an hour. I've had some decent fish. I reckon you could get, if you had a keep net. Oh, a pike's just got it. So they are definitely pike in here. I've got to be careful now where I put them. So, it made me jump a bit that, and I'll drop the rod in. I could see it coming up. I should have brought some spinners. They're only about £4 that one, but took it. They soon learn to get the fish. I mean, cause that's why they're coming to the top of the fish. I'm going to have to proper swing them out now. And it might look a bit cruel, but I'm going to have to put them back in different places. Unless I put them in my cart net. Cast out again. Like I say, now I know there's pike have warmed in quite fast. People don't fish for silvers here, but the pike have come straight in for them. When I've been coming up, when I've been getting the fish coming straight to the surface, so I think they know where to go to get out of the way. There's all these fish in here. There's got to be that was fast bite. That there's got to be some bigger pike in. That was probably about £4. We'll go bring us spinning rods. We didn't have enough room in the car. There's probably a couple of 20s in here, maybe bigger, with all these roach and rudd. I've got that in the zone now. I think it's one of them places, because it's a few hundred years old, there's probably some surprises in here. Get this one out fast. And the ones what the roach look like they've been had, some of them. I think it's probably a big perch, or that catfish, or catfish or two. I wouldn't mind catching one of the big perch. And I'll just keep plodding on. I wasn't going to do half an hour on this, but it's getting quite fun now. Thought the carp might have come in, but there's none coming in. As soon as the carp comes in, I'm going to stop fishing and I'm going to the other swim. But it's, like I say, it's basic fishing this. I'm hardly putting any bait out. And it, you know, it's one of them ones where it could be a surprise. Looks like something's holding it up, that one. Ain't quite sank. I'm going to strike on it. Yeah, and there's a fish on. One of these rudd or roach took it up in the water. And if you see it on camera, they come straight to the top. It's quite deep out there. It's telling me there's probably quite a few predators. I'll put them there, and if I see a pike getting them there, don't know what to do. I've got a big carp now. I could put them in there and let them all go at the end. And it might only get one or two then. I was surprised when I had a go at it when I've been skimming across the top of the water. I'll get that in, sink the line again as best I can. I'm having quite good fun now. And it's pretty cheap fishing this with a few maggots. Another one on. This one that come up and they get out fast. And what I might do, I might put the carp net in and then just we'll see if the pike get any more. Got to give them a bit of a chance. Cast out again. Cast a few maggots out every 3 or 4 fish. It's times like this when I wish I had more maggots now, but couldn't get many stuff over. Another fish. They're lining up out there now. A nice roach. Beautiful condition, if it makes it out. It's made it. We've got some casters in the freezer as well, so it's there. I can see the pike. gone. Just got that roach. I'm going to put the landing net in, and yeah, I'll have a go at them in the net, but the only thing I can do is chuck them a bit further out. It won't look too good. I'm not getting a bite now, so it could be the end of the fishing. I'll see if I can get a bite on this single maggot. Then I'll try a double, and then I think I'll probably go and fish the other swim. Right, update now. I'm going to finish this video off. I'm going to try to catch another fish. The swim's gone dead out there, so it's telling me there's probably a carp there. And there's a couple of pike here now, and just whacking every fish and putting back in. One of the roaches just jumped out onto the grass, and I put it back in, and they were just waiting for it. I spooked the pike off, but they just come straight back. They're not bothered. They've probably never seen humans. And it's I think the roach did get away eventually, but there's a sitting duck here for them, and it's giving the pike advantage. And we now know why all the fish are in the snags. It's so they've got a bit more chance to get away. There's quite a few predators. There doesn't seem to be as many down there. I'm going to call this the last one. It's not fair on the pike, on the roach, should I say, and the rudd. And we'll get this back, and I'll see you in the next session.